everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield and I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States, and we have a Kiss of Life performance video to look at. It is entitled Te Quiero. I'm pumped for this. I have no idea what this is going to be about, but I know it's probably going to be pretty good based on just other performance videos I've seen of theirs as of late. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. That guy's the same guy from an Idol music video.
I guess the time has come. We have to go.
It's giving Christina Aguilera, Genie in a Bottle, but with a Latin flair. So 2000s. Wow, this feels so nostalgic in sound, probably because of what I've already mentioned. Yeah. Don't know how to quit. And he's just standing there the whole time. Wow. Let me know. Wow. Way to go, ladies. That was very, very fun. Okay, so from the top, silhouette, just the lighting, it's giving, you know what I mean? Super dope. So we have a guy enters the chat. He's like, oh wow, 4 frozen beauties. And then he literally stands there off to the side while they dance for the next 3 minutes.
I guess the time has come.
And from here we open it up, just some nice breakage of character of being a statue. Then boom, right here we're clocking into the official start of our performance. We peel it around nice. For a group of 4, they do a pretty good job, especially on the choreography side, to where it doesn't feel empty in any way, shape, or form. Whenever they have dancers versus not, it doesn't feel like we're missing anything with any concept explored. And I'm totally here for all of this. So whoever is in charge of the performance performance direction in the sense of knowing logistics on, ooh, this track would be great with dancers, ooh, this track would be great not with dancers, with just them. Fantastic job on that type of collaboration. It looks great. Because here, notice the type of track, it's definitely seductive, so you're having more of an individual approach of each girl is seducing in their own way. Flirty, you know, that tango-y Latin vibe about it, which is super dope. And so I like that, and that it's primarily in English with a little bit of Spanglish is how we would call it in my neck of the woods, but it's fine. There's your accent there. Notice we have stylized hand using the breakage of the wrist to create that nice flare. We love it. Then from there we do a nice little walk up, that boom, boom, boom. Love that, the ding, ding, ding right there on the guitar. Of course, thinking about the type of guitar it is giving more like a modernized Spanish guitar. We're not really riffing off of it. Do you know what I mean? We're like, that you normally hear, but we're totally here for it. We love it. We said, let's go somewhere. And from there, we have a little bit of we're making contact with the tips of the fingers to create a wave. So I like that instead of just the clap. Dun, dun, we're going boom, boom, which I really like. Super fun. And then they bring it over, they're keeping it on one side, and then they bring it to the other side a little bit in the middle. Then from there, because it's set in the middle, it allows us to have more options in how we break away from that, which is cool. Then goes, you want it, boom, and then we're taking it, about to frame the head. Once again, accenting with the hips. Are they gonna do dance practice? This is considered a B-side, so I don't quite know, but we're here for it. And from there, I just feel like we're strumming a guitar, but once again, a stylized hand that marries whatever we've kind of covered already in movement in the beginning. We love it. They go da da, really nice, and we go and we're stepping back, really sitting our weight in our respective hips. We love to see it. Definitely a fan of that. Looks nice. And then the passion, really nice, where they're taking the hands and we're shooting the hand up. Once again, focus that wrist. Whatever that wrist is doing is really helping with a lot of our choices. And then of course we're syncopating, accenting with the hip, like I've mentioned. Really nice. And I do like the fact whenever we sometimes have members featured, so like in Hanu's case, it's cool that she's like intermingling herself. So it's not just like one person in isolation. There's always something else going on, that whether it's an interaction with other members or they're kind of environmentally continuing to create presence, so they're not so isolated. So I really, really like that. Super cool. Then we do a little add-on right there. Fun moment between Julie and Hanu, and it is mirrored, and then you have Belle on the other side of Hanu doing the same side as Julie, but notice we're technically doing two lines. So that would be my first line and then our second line. And so they're going the same direction, but because of the windows, in the depth of it, it's kind of giving a little bit more diagonal. It's definitely giving like an overly mirrored kind of effect, which is really cool, which is a little different than just a typical straight two lines with windows. So I like it. It's nice. Maybe the camera really works with it. I want to see you. So of course looking and doing hands that are by the eye line allows us to go and use the imagery of seeing to go and pan it around. Yeah, so whether they're here or here, really nice. Definitely helping this type of framing tailors into a lot of these swoops or the usage of the hips. Whoops. So from here, a nice little accent right here. She hits a really great accent using the shoulder to reset here in the column. The camera really helps with some of these shapes or formations, because realistically, if we keep this as a fixed cam, that's not going to be a straight line. It may be diagonal, but because of where the camera is, we're able to give that illusion whenever we see fit. So that's kind of cool, and that's why it's important to go with a movement director or performance director who's really good at kind of navigating what kind of imagery do you want cinematically with the choreography and translating it into this perspective. So those little moments are really nice, and we can appreciate them. And that right there, dun dun dun, love is so a lot of times we see people make little heart shapes, so I like the fact that we're using our finger to kind of doodle some love, you know, it's kind of fun. Then from there we're about to flip it over, and they bring it over, we swivel it in using the hip to complement the directions of what's going on with the hands, which are zigzagging them, and we bring them up really nice and full. I like the fact we're not cutting anything off. Everything feels complete. When we're scooping, when we're zigzagging or intermingling in our choices, everything feels complete and finished, because sometimes people, depending on the complexity of choreo, which in this case is about intermediate, they have a higher risk of, you know, cutting things off in order to get to the next part of the music they're trying to justify. So far I'm not really noticing any of that, which is great. Then they pick it up. I like this part with the swim and the swim, but notice that they're taking it, doing a nice trace, and allowing the arm to rotate to the outside. Very fun. And I like how we do this subtle framing too, where we're allowing this tilt of the head so it feels like, you know, we're not directly looking, but we're kind of teasing that look over to the side. So you're guiding your audience to kind of look where you want us to see. So that's cool. And right there's your little tease. Boom. They're doing a really great job of showcasing different vibes of flirting, because Sticky is so different in Pocket than Te Quiero, but they're both flirty on a different range and they look natural in both. Yeah, so I think that makes it so admirable, especially for a group that is still very new and they're still exploring and validating their sound. Do you know what I mean? Now, they have a lot of confidence and they have a lot of say in their choices, which I think is incredible and allows me to find more comfort in exploring their movement and appreciating it and doing feedback with it. But it still takes quite a few years for a group to be able to establish, this is what our niche is, this is what we really want to feel good about, and this is us, you know? And I think that's really beautiful that we get to see that in real time, because as much as I love marathons, it is cool to kind of go through with the group and experience it firsthand, which is really nice. Accent here, boom, I know that you feel it. Of course, we're going to touch our arm when we're talking about the feeling, because if she just hovered, it would kind of feel like, I don't believe you, because you're not touching yourself. So why would you say the word feel if you're not even showing any sense of imagery of what it means to feel physically? So that's cool. And right there, of course, you saw a little bit of a peekaboo from Han. Notice she has some arms to cater towards some form of framing, so it doesn't just look isolated to Belle. So that was nice. I like this pan around. Of course, the guy is still standing there. Like, what are you doing? You know, is this a show and tell? Like, I find this interesting that he's literally standing there, but it's probably just part of the concept where they're sitting here serenading and he's just so the ooh, walking through, I like that. Boom, they go out and they're using the hands. They're like, come here, both ways. Really nice. Give me that, yeah. And then right here, we've turned it into a fun cannon, just a little pickup of the leg into the rotation around. Very nice. It's simple but effective. And they go da 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 ba. You got me so. So now we've balanced it. We've kind of already done a similar formation, just different order on the other side of this diagonal, like I had referenced before with the mirroring. But here they have it on the other side. It's a different vantage point, so it's reintroduced and repackaged to us in a great way. I like the reach back, really nice, and the fingers to grab and pull. Da, 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 da. I don't know how to... I don't know how to quit, I think is what the words are. Yeah, quit. And then we take our hips, we're gonna syncopate them, and just, you know, sometimes when you think seductive, you got some blindfold, something along those lines. You're blind in love, you know, so a lot of that kind of stuff. I don't know how to quit, boom. And then the isolation, oh my gosh, killer. Julie does it so well, but we all know that she has great experience with that, so I like the presentation up. I've talked about this, I think it was with Ooh La La by XO. I just looked at that recently, and the presentation of their arms a lot of times has some similarities to if you've seen ballroom, specifically Latin ballroom. There's certain postures and carriages that a lot of these types of tracks, there's an overlap in how the movement quality of ballroom moves through the song and music, you know, depending on the genre. And I feel like there's a little bit of that integrated here, to, at least in texture and posture, so it feels like we're sitting in that position and in that essence a little bit more naturally. And I think those are little things that you can pull from as inspiration that allows us that beauty and that freedom, which I think is super fun. Like all of those choices there. So it goes click, click, and they take their hand and they have it right underneath those ribs, but tucking up through the sternum. Really nice. And then we step it, boom, don't know how to quit. Yep, so don't know how to quit, boom, presentation out once again. Then te quiero, and then it kind of looks like mwah, like a little kiss. The kiss of life, we're here for it. That part right there does give like a little viral moment. Do you know what I mean? They're like, let's record a TikTok real quick, and then we move on. So this does feel a smidgen out of pocket, not from Julie, but just the movements that they're doing and the function of the transition of what we're doing visually. But that's just probably a personal note for me. That little, oh, I can't even hit it. I wish. There's your trace there. Never hold back. She said, let's go. So I like this. We're kicking it up. You know, we have, I mean, of course, the boom, 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 which is really nice. And definitely, I mean, I feel like we've kind of introduced some subtlety in different genres and a little bit more, I'm not even going to say hip hop, just a little bit more fullness in our movement is what I'll probably equate to. I like that. Then from there over. Now, did she say, are we going to, well, let me, hold on. She says we make it in this twilight. I, low-key, just being real, I thought she said we're both naked in this twilight, and I was like, girl, why? but she didn't say that. It's just the words are just a little, they tread similarly, and the context would fit for both. So that's just sometimes when you go flirty, I'm not going to ignore the fact that lyricism like that could exist anyway. But from here, she did not say that. She said we make it in this twilight. That's funny. No, but now we're gonna go back and listen to it, and you guys can think of it. Come on. You see what I mean? So I'm not completely out of pocket for thinking that. Anyway, so she does it a single, and then we join in and mirror it to the inside, which is nice. We're running out of time, so this movement here is nice because it kind of shows speed change. Whenever you see speed changes introducing choreo, when you talk about time, it's very fitting because speed, and you're changing it, going from fast to slow. Time, a lot of times we talk about it in time is going ahead of us, time is going away from us, we want to slow down, time speed it up, you know, so we relate speed to time, which is cool. So I like seeing that there. The throw, those are nice, just accenting and individuality. I like that there. Boom, doom, doom, really nice on the swish on the hips, just some subtlety of the head, we're here for it. Love this. Don't want to lose you, like that choice. So it's just some, you know, basic lyricism wordplay. I'm catching it more naturally here than in a typical Kiss of Life track because it is in English, so I'm able to just naturally like see the imagery. So it's cool. I like seeing this. It's dope. And then we rotate it through. I like that with the weight shifts, and we create some nice circle moments. Great job on everybody not looking out of pocket for that and actually creating the shape they're supposed to. Switch it over to the right side, and then we swivel it over, keeping the weight, you know, equal, and we don't raise it up at all. We have it shifting over very nice to allow this moment to be nice and full and collectively together. Yeah, I think Belle's part specifically is giving that heavy 2000s Christina Aguilera vibe, like that dun 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 dun. Genie in the Bottle, I already kind of mentioned that. If you've never heard the song, you can just go listen to it. It's like a super like 2000s pop song, but there's like, if you wanna be with me, it's just that kind of seductiveness genre, but I don't even think that one's Latin. This one's way more Latin in feel, so it's just so similar to me. Yeah, and I like that she goes and she has a nice little point, and the point causes a little trigger effect. Everybody else's legs are nice, one's straight, one's bent, and I like the deceptive look to the front. They come down and they drop it down, little peekaboo drop. And it's tasteful. There's nothing here that's screaming overly sexual. It feels tasteful to the track. It's a tease. It's flirty, but it doesn't feel out of pocket of like, ooh, I'm uncomfortable. You know, because there is a fine line there, and I think they're doing a great job. And also knowing that there's obviously a guy that is sitting there watching the whole thing, it does feel more like a flirt, right? In comparison to I am sitting here doing a strip tease in front of you. Like there is a line, and they haven't really crossed it at all. So I love the what we're exploring here because it feels more artistic and it's nice. Yep, and so we all have our own little moment. We go from the outside, and it's a really nice choice of using this little bleed in to the internal side of the body in order to get us into a different formation. We're framing to the outside with your feature in the middle. Really nice. We have our arms up nice and tall to showcase some levels represented with the hands forward and up, which is nice, sitting into the hips. And from here, da-da, ball change. Little toe taps to go side and up and down, and then from here there's your subtlety with the hip, with the hands. Of course, we have it right there by the sternum again, and that part there, not te quiero. Ooh. Yep, and yours, so she goes da, and call response. So I like that choice. It's different than just going straight unison, and it fills up your music well and has your feature complement what's going on with the rest of the movement. Then we get it all in unison. I like the tap, the do, no. So notice that whenever they step out, they're not really putting a lot of weight on it. It's more of an accent, do, know how to. So it matches the wordplay very well. Then swing it through, boom, all the way around, and here we go. New formation. New choice. You wanna come get it. Yeah, so there's a lot of points, a lot of wrist breakage, a lot of stylized hands, a lot of touching and tracing. So that's kind of your underlying vibes. A lot of weight shifts with the hips, but you want them to complement with something else. The hips are not just isolated with, except the te quiero. That's really the only time you see it heavy isolated, but there's always a head or something complementing what the hip is doing, which is super nice. Here you have your elbows glued to the body. That right there all day. I love this playful reverb on the end of it. They reset here, just like I've talked about, a little bit like this feels a little bit more flamenco, but could tango have this? There's always that chance. I don't know enough about ballroom to really itemize it like I can with other street dance styles. So from here, I like this part. Nice little moment from her, and I like that triple, and they're all facing different sides. So honestly, this would be a really great track to do at a concert with an arena style format, because a lot of the formations cater to that, which is cool. I need somebody. I like that. Little point there. I love that. And you have the claps introduced. So of course they're adding a clap. We're here for this. I will never say no to a clap on a clap, you know? So they take it. It definitely feels fun, communal. Once again, another reiteration would be super dope to see this in a concert, because whenever they clap, the audience would want to clap too. I would want to clap. And I like how they reset it to the sides, going inside to outside, low-key looking at our guys still. I don't know how to. So I like with the using of the head to help determine direction, taking the arms the opposite direction. Really fun. Yeah. Part of me does wish she actually moved her hair there instead of just doing the mannerism, but that's just personal preference. There's your statue moment there. He's still, you know, looking at them. What is he thinking? Is he like, why are they talking to me? Is this like a poltergeist situation where why are they alive? I'm concerned. But I have a lot of questions about the logistics of why this boy is just standing there. But, I digress. I don't know how, but I like this little, interlocking moment right here. They're like the spicy Spice Girls. It kind of goes like that. If you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends. There's like a lot of the subtle imagery of the movement quality that showcases, hey, I ain't going down alone, it's kind of a vibe. I love that. So in love. You're like, oh, woe is me. I'm so in love. So I really like the fullness of using both hands there for that part. Then we pick it up there. This right here, really fun syncopation. Does give that like super femme Harlem shake if you're going for that. Picking the elbows down, having the wrists breaking with the loose fist over to the outside. Really nice choice. Of course, we're taking the hand over. Nice point. But notice the points are never like super, super clear. We always have a stylized effect about it. Like even right there, it's not like a glued pointing, and how they're presenting the point is very much are you sure? Very fun. And then you don't know how to quit. We bring it down. We're hitting it through. And then right here we go. We use our shoulders to complement the hips. I think that's really fun. We go, stylized jazz hands, and then we move on. We reset through, and then we take it over. Little figure eight, so in Latin ballroom. That was one of the tricky things for me, is learning how to do the figure eight with the hips, because I'm just not used to isolating like that with my weight distributed like that. I'm used to over-isolating. So I really struggled with waltz specifically, and with getting the isolation of your hips. So I like that integration, and that's why the hips work with the track, is because it really caters to a lot of the ballroom styles that you've seen in Latin ballroom. Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know. That's just basic imagery there to showcase that I don't know how. Oh no, I don't know how to quit. And then we go and bring it over. Nice little pickup of the foot. The slow walks. And then it looks like we're about to go back to similar statues, maybe. Then it goes, da-na-na, baby. Arms, I think, could be just a smidgen cleaner just at the tail end frame. He's still looking at them. Is he looking at them like art? Maybe, because they're holding themselves like the statues. That was nice. That bleeding it down. The walks are nice. Come be my baby. Well, Julie, I don't really know you, and I'm kind of into guys, so maybe not, but I hope that someone's out there for you. So we bring the arms up, and they go, boom, they reset, and here's your finish. So I love these little poses at the end. That would be a really fun just reveal, for a performance. That's a really dope start. We're here for this. I really enjoyed this. This is such a nice niche with the group. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. I have quite a few Kiss of Life reactions. I've done a mini marathon of their groups since they're Gen 5. I don't have as much material as some Gen 2 and 3 groups I've had the pleasure of marathoning, and so I've enjoyed seeing their discography and their music video visuals up until this point. And so I think it's awesome that we're already seeing incredible growth of cohesion with the group and the exploration of different genres that are not really touched on collectively, but more so in independence with artists, right? So I'm very excited for the discussions on this. What was your take on this in comparison to Sticky? Because they're similar but different, and I think a lot of it has to deal with what tonal colors are present in the tracks, what the concept was. I do think with their title track, Sticky, there was a little bit more of their storyline that was going to be, you know, just trickled in, sprinkled in, you know, the very end, Sugarcoat Natty makes an appearance, and then in this one, it definitely just feels like a fun, flirty tease to help, you know, make people who love the Christina of 2004 feel alive, you know? So I'm excited for all of this. Once again, my name is Jess. I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.